Lovers. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hi, friends, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Sorry, my vacuum is in the shot. You guys, I'm having problems. But what a night! What a night! What a night! What a night! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Thought I'd sing it one more time for all my friends. Thank you guys so much for your patience as I was a little late to this broadcast. What was happening is I was making a Sarah Beth impression video for you. So if you guys want to check that out after this video, that would be amazing. So it's uploading right now. Should be up soon. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you think it's funny. I liked making it. So sorry I didn't do a live yesterday. I was just feeling kind of down in the dumps. Wasn't feeling too well. Feeling kind of depresso. So I just listened to myself, my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I decided to take the night off. And now I'm feeling better. So I gave you 2 videos, not only this live, but an impression video because I love you all so much. Hey, 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 hey. What happened to the Tiff and Aza votes? They were very much afraid, Brayden, of going against Xavier, especially Aza. And unfortunately, yeah, they weren't able to. We knew that Hannah wanted to give DX a sympathy vote, obviously, because that's her person. And then Kyland thought he had earned it as well somehow. And so he got to do it. But it would have been great if Aza and Tiff would have just went through with it. But unfortunately, the women of the cookout aren't all 3 on board with all the things they need to do to make sure that they can take out these guys in the end, because the guys are coming for them. They are coming for them. So unfortunately, they weren't able to make the flip happen, but there was a lot of talk about that flip. We'll get into that. We'll get into tonight's eviction episode. I have lots of thoughts, opinions. And as you guys know, we like to have fun here, lots of jokes, a little social justice commentary, but mostly we have a good time. So feel free to leave all your thoughts, hopes, and dreams in the chat. If you want to support the channel, Super Chat is a great way to do it. I'll highlight your comment. You're supporting the channel. I also have a Patreon and a link for that in the description with PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all that. Appreciate all you guys supporting the channel. But most of all, a like. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that helps hugely and bumps me up in the algorithm because we have so many people covering Big Brother now. So it just helps me pop right up in the search. And follow me on social media. At Joleen Lunzer on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And tonight I wore my messy Nicole Franzel bun in honor of Sarah Beth Franzel. Yes, the Sarah Beth Franzel reign is over. No more Sarah Beth Kyland Cuddle Whisper HOH. Sarah Beth Franzel has been dethroned. And this is probably the worst case scenario for Sarah Beth Franzel. So for all my Sarah Beth Franzel fans out there, it's not good. It's not good, okay? But I had to redo my eyeliner because I used the tape today because a young woman at the Sephora said put tape, and I had to redo it because I literally was crying. I'm going to cry again. I'm such a dork. But I felt so happy for Tiffany, and to find out like all these wonderful facts. And I love Twitter, and I love BB Twitter because it's full of people that I'm comedy and commentary, you know, as far as like strategy, facts, you'll get some facts, but BB Twitter is the best when it comes to this. Okay. So I took a lot of screen grabs, and just to know that, let's go down the line here. So Wiki Big Brother says Tiffany. So since Tiffany won HOH tonight, so spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode, Tiffany won HOH. Okay. And she gets to see her son and her family. And I always love when moms and parents get to see their kids on Big Brother, because I'm a sap like that. Okay. Because I would want to see my niece and nephew. All right. So since Tiffany won HOH tonight, oldest house guest since Cliff in BB21 to win HOH. Thank you, Big Brother Wiki, for these facts. Oldest woman to win HOH since Rennie in BB10. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. They didn't take this long. It's inappropriate. It's ridiculous. God, it's inappropriate, Jerry. 13 years since a woman over 40 has won HOH. I mean, this is baffling. First Black woman since Bailey on BB20 to win HOH, and the 6th Black woman to win HOH ever. in 23 seasons. This is a huge win for Tiff. I'm so happy for her. I'm so proud of her. Watching that HOH competition was like, I was so excited because can I just tell you guys, we're just going to go off on lots of rants tonight. Alyssa is in my way. She is in my way of watching the show. Every time there's a good conversation on the feeds, here comes Alyssa to clean a dress she's borrowing from Aza. And I'm like, can we beat it? Can we beat it, little Scooter? God love you, young gal, but I don't have time for this, okay? You're not really here. I know the CBS edit is acting as though Alyssa's part of this game, but she's not. She is not. She won the high roller because she was the only one, and then it only backfired on her person. She's not in this game right now. She's not. She was in a showman's. So she keeps getting in the way every time. It was like when DF and Tiffany were having their talk, and there's Alyssa. Hey guys, I'm just going to poop. I'm just going to flush my teeth and poop. And I'm like, can you take it upstairs? Like, I want to see this. So today, Kyland and Tiffany was trying to talk Kyland into helping her with the flip for DX. And she's like, come on, Kyland, come on. I'm not going to talk to you. No one's going to talk to you except for Sarah Beth. Let's do this. Come on. Otherwise, I hate you forever. I hope you start on fire. And here comes Alyssa. Hey, guys. And it's like, the ceremony isn't for, the show doesn't start for 6 hours, Alyssa, and you're naturally gorgeous. Just throw on some sweats, okay? You're still going to be the belle of the ball. And she's just like, Aza got some makeup on her dress that I'm borrowing. I don't know why that's my voice for Alyssa, but it is, because it's like a wet blanket. I'm sure she's a wonderful gal, but it's like, sorry, guys. Yeah, what are you guys talking about? Serious stuff that I'm sure the feeders like? The feedsters? So that's what they're called, because I'm a super fan. And if we could get Alyssa to quit saying she's a super fan, that would be great, because you're not. You're a casual. You're a casual fan. You're a casual. You admitted to never watching the feeds before. Thou cannot be super fan if thou has never watched the feeders. If you've never had or stolen or went to the BMX or whatever we did back in the day when we didn't want to pay for it site, then you're not a super fan. Okay. Now let's say you go to channels like mine or Sarah's or Miranda's or Rob has a podcast or Busy, TV Talks with Tom to get, Mad Rose D to get the scoop, that you're still, a super fan. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Okay. They didn't do that. We're the real super fans. We stay glued. So we invest our time and our money. And you're there like, I'm just getting makeup off a dress. Like, do it later. No one's going to see it because we're not looking at you. No shade, all shade. We're not looking at you because you're not bringing anything to the table except for being an extension of Xavier's arm at this point. So when Alyssa, she screwed up all the conversations in the live feeds. I feel like she's just popping in like, hey guys, do you guys want to talk about Christian? And everyone's like, no, we don't remember him. Who? Christian who? Okay, yeah. Isn't he a model? I'm sure he's doing fine. Models tend to land on their faces. They're good. And then in tonight's episode with the HOH competition, there she is. And it's like Hannah and Tiffany, two people I definitely want to win. One of these two. And then I'm like, I'm gonna do it too. And I'm like, and it's just so awful that CBS is giving her an edit like she's a player. The same way CBS is giving the edit like Derek F is our comedy fun. Like he's just the fun guy we all love to watch. We don't find him very fun. He hates the ladies and says it on the regular. He's a misogynist. We're not a fan. Okay. And acting like Tiffany's the villain. So you got all these cashies out there just like, yeah, that Tiffany's no, turn your cable off. You don't deserve it. Okay. I don't even know if CBS is cable. I don't think it is. But seriously, Cheyenne says, am I the only person that thought Alyssa preseason would be an alpha female who wins a bunch of comps? I forget what I said about her, but I think I had high hopes for her. I'm pretty sure. So you're not the only one. You're not. It is annoying that she thinks she won 2 comps, PP. It's annoying. Yes, for sure. Yes, hit those likes, you guys. Only 95. Come on, you guys. We got to get to 150, at least 200. I'm going to give you a minute to hit the like and crack my Canada Dry because Auntie Joleen is just kind of feeling sickies. Okay, so thank goodness Alyssa didn't win. Thank goodness Tiffany won. Oh my God, let's talk about Derek F. No, we don't want to talk about Derek F. Let's talk about Derek X. Baby D. Baby D's speech to Sarah Beth, comparing her game to Nicole Franzel, and Tiffany's reaction, like, was everything. That was amazing. And time will tell, but I'm going to go ahead and say a little bit. Yeah, it's very Franzel-esque. And how come I haven't picked that up yet? In that I feel like Sarah Beth, we're going to see this, and Sarah Beth isn't necessarily going to own her villainess. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Sarah Beth being a villain. I don't think there's anything wrong with Sarah Beth for going after Derek X. I love Derek X, but it's probably not the best move for her game. But again, she's not privy to the cookout. She's not privy to all these things. But I think she is a player who definitely uses the cuddle strategy. Oh my gosh, it needs to stop. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. It's getting very weird, you guys. Very, very weird. Okay. Daybed is just a waste in this house. I don't get it. I know. I'm worried about Tiffany's HOH because we have this whole, hi, I can take it. And DF has all the stupid money. So this week, you guys have to give Tiffany's, I think you'd have to give, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but Tiffany's allies. Give it to Claire. Give it to Hannah. Give it to people who won't mess up Tiffany's HOH, hopefully. Okay? Actually, since I'm rooting for everyone in the cookout other than Derek F. I think that's how a lot of people feel. Okay, so back to this. Okay, so last night, I had to write this shit down in my notes because it was like 3 in the morning. Okay, I'll be honest. I went back and watched it at a later date because I stayed up the other night until like 2, and some of you saw me on Twitter and you were like, go to bed, Joleen. And you were right. I need to go to bed because Auntie needs her beauty sleep. Okay. So Sarah Beth and Sarah Beth Franzel and Kyland, aka Sarah Beth Franzel's crush, stalker, one of the two, were up in the HOH bed, and it was late, and she's just laying there listening to, I don't know what she's listening to. I want to say like Taylor Swift, ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh, I don't like your little crimes. How you laugh when you lie to me. I think that she'd be like, said the gun was mine. Isn't cool. No, I don't like you. So I feel like that's what she was listening to, and she had her sunglasses on. Isn't there a rule in Big Brother? I feel like before people have been told to take their sunglasses off. Granted, if I was in the house, I would have sunglasses on because it's very bright. So maybe she has some kind of stigmatitis or something. I don't know what eye things are, but maybe she has watery eye syndrome, and so she needs her glasses. But Tiffany and them were like, I literally don't know what her eyes look like. Hannah and Tiffany and Aza are like, we don't know what she looks like. We don't know if that's her. We don't know if she's got a twin in the house and they're coming in, which would have been interesting for the twins to do in past seasons. Okay. So she was listening to Rihanna. Okay. So she was listening to Rihanna in bed. And then here comes Kai, and he's like, oh my God, why aren't you sleeping yet? Why aren't you sleeping? And she's like, I don't know. And then they cuddle, and she just he's a suction, she's a suction, and they just suck together. That could be interpreted multiple ways, but you know what I mean? They're just like sucking together, and then they just hold each other tight, and they're like, hi. Here's his face, here's hers. They're just like, hi. Yeah, what are you thinking? Oh my God, tell me about your life. Tell me secrets. They were talking about secrets and tell me things about, that other people don't know. And then Kai made some very interesting comments. He said, I'm very good at satiating in small quantities. What? But very on par for his relationship with Sarah Beth. He's like, I'm good at satiating in small quantities for my mind, So if you tell me something, I'll live off that. I'll be able to take little bites of it. Nom, 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 nom. Because she's like, I'm not going to tell you anything unless I'm here for another 2 weeks. I'm not going to tell you about my real life unless I'm here for 2 weeks. And he's like, come on, give me a taste, baby. Give me a taste, And so he said, I'm very good at satiating in small quantities with my mind. Like I eat 1 bite of ice cream from a pint. It lasts for a month. Something's not right. He's an alien. Nobody does that. Maybe that's why he has abs. And maybe that's why I've never obtained abs. But what? You can make a pint of ice cream last for a month, sir? That is nutso. That's crazy. I take 1 scoop and I'm like, better finish it because someone else in my household will eat it. Or I just better finish it because I'm not a quitter, So So then he's just like, I can wait. I can be so patient. You just give me a little taste, baby girl, and I can wait. And she's like, yeah. And then she's in his armpit, and they're just so cuddled up. So Sarah Beth was talking about pain, and that she might like pain, that she liked being pierced because she liked the kind of hurt, because she's like, I should pierce you. And then Kai said he'll save the follow-up questions for lockdown, because he wants to know if she is into some, what's it like, torture? What is it called? Torture porn? I don't know. What? Huh? Like what? What is that book that all the ladies, they said we were supposed to read, and I didn't read it because I was like, yuck. You tie each other. No judgment though if you got off on that, but you know what I'm saying? The one where, they're like, tie me up and spank me with leather. Yeah, BDSM or whatever. But what was that stupid? I feel so bad because there might be fans of this. But that movie, that nepotism. I want to say Daryl Hannah. Melanie Griffith and whatever Miami Vice's daughter was in. Because they're like, not Dakota Fanning. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, she was in that movie, and it was so stupid. Okay, 50 Shades of Dumb. Yes, 50 Shades of Pain, 50 Shades of Grey. Thank you, Avatar. And so he's like, I'll ask you later. And she's like, okay, I just like pain. I like to watch other people bleed out. She didn't say that, but I think she was thinking that. Sarah Beth is giving me like the best serial killer vibes. Forensics. Creepy. Dexter. Come on, you guys. Come on. It writes itself. Okay. And then she said this one. She goes, I kind of always, okay, I'll tell you a secret. I kind of always wanted to be bitten by a snake. First of all, these two must go. I don't even care about the 6 anymore. Get them both out. Okay. He eats one. He can save a pint of ice cream for a month, and she wants to be bitten by a freaking snake. This is what she said. Go back to about 3:50 a.m. Pacific into 4 a.m. Pacific, somewhere around there. And they're laying in the bed. And like, yeah, it's like, I've always wanted to be bitten by a snake. And then Kai says, oh, my sister was bitten by a snake in the neck. I was like, what? What? And she's like, well, not in the neck. Maybe in like the uterus. No, she didn't say uterus, but it's just creepy. She goes, snakes are really cute. I'm like, of course, Quirky Bang Alert is going to think snakes are cute. Snakes are creeps. They're freaky. Okay. Apologies for all of those of you who love snakes, but someone has to love them, and that's good. Okay. All right. And then Kai is like, well, just like tell me like something about you that, And she's like, well, what are your perceptions? Like, what do you think? He's like, well, I think maybe he was dancing around it. Like, your personality is different outside of the house than you let on. And he was right. He did say, I think you might be like a doctor or a scientist. And she's like, I don't know, like for voice acting, call 1-800-DOCTOR-SCHOOL if you want to go and be cool. 1-800-DOCTOR-SCHOOL with Sarah Beth. Like I did a voice commercial for it. And then, so he's a scientist. It's like ding, 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 ding. Thank you, Christian, for the first super chat of the live. Christian says, shout out to DX for slapping that 50 Shades of Grey to Sarah Franzel Beth, comparing her to Franzel. It was epic. From Christian, who isn't BB23 Christian, but is 100% hot chocolate and cuter. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So then he was like, just like, I wonder what's real in your life. But it was Kyland who's like, I wonder what's real in your life. I wonder what's like in you. But like, let me think about this. Okay, so like, I wonder what's, let me figure out how to phrase this. I wonder what is in you. I gotta figure. Okay, so do you think, like, are your pictures real? Your friends? Is Shelly real? It's like, bro. You were saying forever and ever and telling everyone going, I'm just, that's why I picked Sarah Beth as my +1. Tiffany's great strategy, because she's in a relationship. So I can't fall in love with someone in a relationship. Famous last words. Yeah, you did. And you are. And it's weird. And these two are suction cupped. They cannot stop looking, touching, being around. If he's in the bathroom, she's in the bathroom, like, I'm leaving, honey. You haven't to go upstairs. Oh, Sarah Beth, you taking a pooper? Okay, real quick. Me and Tiffany are going to go talk about her nominating you. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Okay. Even tonight, Tiffany on the feeds was like, wow, I want a guy like that. Like, you tell her everything. Because Sarah came in and Sarah Beth, and she was like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Okay. And they're like, cool. And then Kylan's like, hey, babe. He didn't say babe, but he's like, hey, Sarah Beth, just so you know, SB, we're just going to go to another room. We're not leaving you. You're fine. You're safe. You're loved. I'll be back. Don't miss me. And then he petted the door. He didn't, but I imagine he's just like, I can feel her energy, her urination. I can feel her urination. It was crazy. It was crazy. Venti, thank you for the super chat. Venti says, I think I'm literally like the only person that wants Sarah Beth to win, LOL. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's subjective. We all have our thoughts and opinions. The only wrong answer is Derek F. That is the only wrong answer to me. Okay. They're very codependent. Yes. It is cuckoo banana city with these two. Okay. So they had this weird interaction. And then she's just like, yeah, I just want to be bitten by a snake. And I just want to feel his scales against my scales. And I'm thinking, you are being bitten by a snake. His name is Kyland. You're going to be so mad after this. Sarah Beth Franzel is going to be one of the few, mark my words, who does not understand this thing. She's just not going to. She's going to take it really personal. Tonight, when Derek X said Sarah Beth Franzel, I mean, we're going to hear about this. We're going to see this. There will be tears. I just hope people aren't treating her too fragile. I hope they're just, like, it's okay. You'll live. But there will be like, what do you think that means? And do you think America doesn't like me? Now there's going to be this point of remorse, and she's going to go from being kind of this very like, I'm gonna ruin you, take your guy, America. But and that's a Franzel game. So instead of, I hope I'm wrong, because then it's not a Franzel game. If she lives in that and she sits in that and she, does it and is like, yeah, I did it and I'll do it again. Call me Franzel all you want. Okay. I hope she owns it. Own your moves. But I have this feeling she's gonna get real emo about it, like a Nicole Franzel, because she won't want to live in this villain world that some people might put her in. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing better than a female villain. I mean, oh my God, it's hard to be a female villain because it's less accepted for women than it is for men. But man, I always say this, but think of how much more Nicole Franzel would have been liked or respected if she would have been playing like a Black Widow type game, like a Parvati from Survivor type game, or Suri just being like, I'm going to cut these dudes. First I'm going to like Parvati. First I'm going to cuddle with them. Then I'm going to cut them. If I was single and hot and in my 20s and going on a reality show, I would cuddle with them and then cut them. That's exactly what I would do. I would utilize that. But unfortunately, Franzi Pansy, she wanted to be America's sweetheart, but you're not. You're not playing America's sweetheart game. And technically, you shouldn't even want to be America's sweetheart, because let's just break that off right now, because there's really no such thing. That just means you're probably going to play a Jordan from BB11 game, and it's going to be a lot of luck, and you won't necessarily be a respected winner. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I know, Alicia, it's going to take some time for you to process that one. Thank you, Tami. Thank you. Yeah, Franzel got so mad, and it's like, just own it. If you own it, I would ride with Franzel. I would be here for it. I would be here for a little Sarah Beth to come and shake some shit up. We love that. But I just think that she's going to get emo about it, and she's going to fall back on it. So, yeah, Franzel wants to be a Janie, but she's not a Janie. She's, she could have been. She really could have been. Sometimes Janies come along once in a lifetime, and you might never see another one, but she could have been a powerhouse like that, like a woman powerhouse. But she just wanted to try to play the sweet, and she didn't even own her lies, even when she was like, okay, I have to get into Franzel now. Oobly goobly. And she was like, Cody, can you teach me how to act? Okay, I need to know how to act. It's just not fair. It's not fair. Where's Vic? It's just not fair. Teach me how to act. You guys, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I vote And then, okay, cool. But now either own it, laugh about it, something. It's just weird. Okay. So, thank you, Eli. Yeah. So, I mean, way to go, Derek X. I have to think Tiffany might have had a little bit of influence on that. And if you saw that on the feeds, let me know. But I had to think that she would, because I feel as though, even though most of the house guests had probably seen 16, because even all the, recruits like Derek X was, they usually watch BB16 beforehand. But I feel like BB16, she didn't really, that wasn't necessarily her game. That wasn't her game until she came back for 2 more seasons. So I think that would have been Tiffany or Hannah's influence on Hannah having watched every season. But boy, was it awesome. And was it great to see her face, and what a way to go out. Claire's speech, lackluster. Very kind of disappointed in Claire. I do love Claire, but it's like, you're a super fan. But I also understand she's kind of nervous. And I don't think Claire was ever someone who, she doesn't strike me as the type that was like really going for the spotlight. I think she just really liked Survivor, and then she liked Big Brother too, but she really liked Survivor. And so she tried out for these shows and liked to be a part of them, but she definitely was nervous. Her speech, not great. And then Xavier baby, being locked up, peeing in a bucket, making his own Wilson up in the have-not room with his isolation. He comes down and he is feeling good, and he is strutting, and Julie Chen is just saying, we're on live TV, we got to keep it going. And he's like, I'm going to take my time. Okay. I've been peeing in a bucket for 24 hours, Julie Chen. You've been living in a mansion with your weird husband, but a mansion nonetheless. And so he strutted. And I also think there was definitely a sense of confidence that came over Xavier, that he showed more than he has before, now that he knew that Derek X was going to be going. Now, granted, he was in isolation, and there could be a flip, but he did try to talk to people beforehand. And I think he knew, we saw in this episode, the edit with him, it was so easy for him to talk to Aza and get her to side with him. And I love Aza. I love what Aza brings to the table, something very different, especially when she's just calling out people during their HOH up in the room and just being like, you're not listening, you're being rude. I love that about her. I love so many things about Aza, but this whole crush on Xavier, and it's not reciprocated, it's unrequited love, or whatever. And I thought it was mostly the producers, and it could be the producers and people in the DR feeding this into her after just having this little crush. But I think it's, after watching enough of the feeds, I think it's developed into something more that's clouding her brain, and her strategy and her game. And even when she's talking to Tiffany and Hannah, and they were like talking in the bed a couple nights ago, I believe it was, and they're talking about the guys and stuff, and she's like, well, in strategy, and Oz is like, but I mean, Xavier, he's so cute, and he like, I would kind of do anything for Xavier kind of thing. And I'm like, no, Aza, he's giving Alyssa more attention than you. Okay, he only comes to you when he needs something. He's giving Alyssa, who had a full-on boyfriend in the house, like he's still holding out hope that Alyssa, who's ruining every shot of us seeing good feeds, because she's just like, what are you guys doing? You want to talk about Christian or jean jackets or swimsuits? And I'm like, no. And I love jean jackets and not so much swimsuits, but I'm like, no, I want to hear strategy. Get out of here, Alyssa. You bring nothing to my table. Christian, thank you for another super chat saying this was literally Sarah Beth when she was going after Hannah. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's just not fair. It's not. It's not. Okay. So unfortunately, I think that in a lot of ways, I do think that Aza, I think she's very, she's just very like kind and empathetic and all those things. And she's very leads with her emotion and her feelings and things. And she knew, after talking to Derek X and him campaigning to her, that this was going to be probably a mistake that she regretted. But unfortunately, Aza's going to probably look back. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope that the women of the cookout just get, alerted to the fact that these dudes are just going to come, and once they get to the 6, they're going to wipe them out. So they better have a plan. But they don't seem, the only person that really wants to have a plan seems to be Tiffany, because Hannah trusts X for a different reason, because that's like the, you know, the other logical one in the group next to her, and it's her big bro. And then Aza, it's like the love of her life, you know. Joyce says X is a great mediator, and his relationship with Aza has helped his game, but cookout and competition wins help too. Yeah, X is very powerful. I mean, my thing is, I always thought it was going to be a Tiffany Xavier final two. Like, that's something I saw early on. I hope it's a Hannah Tiffany final two. I still hope for that. But Xavier is someone that the only thing I don't want with Xavier is I just don't want him to go this boring route of just the guys taking out all the women. I think that's just so tired, and dragging Derek F's, you know, goat self to the final, you know, to final two. But I understand that he's there to win $750,000, and sitting next to Derek F, he's going to do it. You know, he will win unless, you know, he really burns a lot of the jury management, which I don't think is going to happen. But sitting next to him, anyone's going to lose. I mean, Kyland realizes that now, yet he says he wants to be in final three with him. So we'll see. We still got a lot of game left to play, but Aza would be fantastic for Bachelorette. Yes, I think she loses her concentration with him, where it probably would have been in her best interest to keep Derek X, because I think Derek X would have, you know, he's not in as well with the dudes as he is, you know, with the Tiffany's and stuff. And I think he would have caused a little bit of havoc and stuff. And it would have been someone that could, you know, shield them, and just a force to keep kind of toward her side. And she kept saying, I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. And then she's got stupid Derek F sitting there, you know, just like, oh, really? And everything she shares with Derek F, you know, he doesn't care. He's going to go tell the guys. Okay. Chell is in the house. Chell said, who is your, oops, my mouse is being weird. Okay. Oh, I answered your question. Yes, I answered your question. Yes. Okay. Who could be blindsided next week? Sarah Beth. I don't know if Sarah Beth will be blindsided, but I mean, Tiffany has long said she was going to put, this week is tricky because with this whole, I can take over power and switch out a nominee. I think that's what it is. Not a switch out nominee. It's like I can take over. It's difficult. So you might not be able to put Sarah Beth right on the block, but Sarah Beth, yeah, doesn't expect to go up. Sarah Beth thinks in her Sarah Beth mind that even by putting Claire up, I'm still really close to them. I'm still very close to them. They trust me. And even Kyland was like, but you put her on the block. She's like, but you know, that's just like part of the game. They get it. No, your allies don't want to be pawns unless they're Derek F and they want to have sex with you and they're in a solid alliance, like the cookout that's going to protect him to the end, or till the 6th. But no, your allies don't want to be your pawn and they don't trust you. And you didn't really let her know that she was your pawn per se. I mean, you did say you didn't want her to go, but it's not a good look, especially since you guys were in the jackpot together. Yeah, she thinks the jackpot is still rolling. So this will be a blindside, but I don't know if it's right for Tiffany to put Sarah Beth up right away, or because there's so many ways for her to get off that, you know, then for sure she's guaranteed veto for sure. Then we still have I keep wanting to say the den of temptation, but it's the high roller room. We still have that final twist. Now, I don't see DF he has the most money, but even if it was him and he was, I'm sure, I don't know where everyone's money stands as of now, but I do think the best thing would be if you want Tiffany to have a successful HOH that's not overthrown, you should probably put your money towards Claire and Hannah, because I don't believe they're going to do that to her. Now, if Daybed does this to save Sarah Beth, which could be a thing, this could be a thing, because they could say, let's F Tiffany and let's send her person out, or let's send Alyssa out, because technically Daybed got asked to be in a final 3 with Sarah Beth and Kyland. And Sarah Beth was like, Derek, me and Kylan have been talking because we're a couple, not a couple, hashtag couple, not a couple. And we were thinking that you have the most BB bucks and we don't know what you're going to do. I mean, we really like you and we would like to be in a final 3 with you. Yeah, we would. And then his reaction was, oh my God, like literally that he was like, oh my God, yes. But then he said he had a final 2 with Aza, but he hasn't talked to her about it for a while. This guy has no clue what he's doing. This isn't some secret strategy because he's smart and he's just, like, this is my strategy is I'm going to be very upfront and share a lot of stuff. No, he just does not know what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing. When he's away from his daybed, all his power is gone. His power is in his daybed. You must catch him in his daybed, and then maybe he'll make a little bit of sense. Not a lot, So hopefully there are other contenders that can go for this power, and I wonder if you have to use it. I'm still kind of confused about this one. If it's something once you get it, you have to use it. No, he said that out loud. I actually took let me see if I took a screen grab of it, and I think I sent it to myself here, you guys, because I was like, he squealed. And then he talked about, I don't have the screen grab where he talked about Aza, but I have it where he was like, oh my God, yeah, something like that. I don't think I have it on my phone anymore. I think I sent it to my computer. And I wanted to have all this stuff uploaded for you guys, but then I was doing my impression video. So make sure you guys check that out. All right, let's see if I can find it here. Where is she? Must be in my downloads, possibly. I think this is it. Okay, let me push this over here and open this up and see if I can. Did I just put this in my uploads? I did not mean to. Okay, let me open this. And then, okay, here we go. And I screen grabbed it from Twitter. Oh, come on. Come on, work with me here. Come on. There we go. All right. And hopefully I'll have sound and I'll share it with you guys real quick. Okay, so here is, let's see. Okay. Okay. So let me put my headphones on just in case I can hear a little, I wanted to say backlash, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's share this, share screen. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this because it's not in a shoot. I don't think you'll be able to hear it. Where is it? Shoot. Okay. I'm going to put share audio, but you guys let me know if you can hear it. Okay, let me know in the chat if you can hear this. I don't think you're going to be able to hear it, but I'll tell you what he did if you don't hear it. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? Let me know in the chat if you can hear it. If not, my husband Chell might have to come over and help me. I know he loves doing that. Okay, you can't hear it. I had a feeling. I wonder if you can hear it off my speakers into my microphone. Let's try this.
Do you want people can see us going really far with you? Okay. And if you're interested,
can you guys hear that? Once I did that.
To be in a final 3 with you. Okay, I was like, I didn't know how to hear it.
He goes, yay! Yay! Okay, we have to hear that again because I was like, this is redunculous.
And we were wondering, because we both feel we trust you a lot, we both can see us going really far with you. Okay. And if you're interested, I'd like to be in the final 3 with you. Okay, I was like, I didn't know how to react. Okay. I was talking to him, and we were wondering, because we both feel we trust you a lot, we both can see us going really far with you. Okay. And if you're interested, I'd like to be in the final 3 with you. Okay, I was like, I didn't know how to react.
Oh my gosh. That is horrendous. Yay! What's a final 3? I was ready for him to ask that. So it wouldn't surprise me if he put a wrench in Tiffany's plans and to make a big power move for himself by taking out maybe Tiffany's ally or something like that, or taking over with that. So that's one thing that I am worried about with DF having all this money. And I hate that he is still, David Dirk is still here, but he is, you know. So yeah, so I think Sarah Beth will be blindsided by this. I think that's especially why Kyland was staying. I mean, Kyland stays up very late. He stays up very late, and why he was up in her room and extra cuddles. I say extra, but it's the same all the time. They're always cuddling and asking her all these things. And she's like, is there anything about you that I should know? Like, is there anything about you? And he was like, no. I mean, I'm really good at reading people and putting people together. That's my job. I do a lot of good for the world. And I can like tell people are being true or not. I'm like a polygraph, but like more accurate, because polygraphs aren't that accurate. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of things she doesn't know about you. Like, you're in a whole alliance and she's just your side piece, bro. It's like you're married and you didn't tell her and you've been dating her this whole time. And she told you, you're both in these relationships, okay? She's got a whole ass wife and she told you, but you're not talking about your whole ass wife. So she's like, okay, I'm ready to leave and give you my all. And it's like, JK, I'm going to have someone else take you out. Take you out. I don't know, Christian. Like, it's gotten to the point of, if this was my girlfriend, I would be mad. But some people aren't like me. Some people are understanding. But it's uncomfy. They are connected. They are suction cupped. Everyone at the house looks at them as a duo. Kai is very much to everyone else like, no. I respect her. She's in a relationship with Shelly. Is she real? Okay. She says she's real. She's real. Does she treat you okay? I feel like Shelly probably isn't good. No, she's good to you. Okay, fine. It's good. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay. No, he is wholly in love. Unless it's an open relationship, then goodbye, girl. Yeah. So I don't know. It sucks. It sucks, Bolden. Tiffany's edit is garbage and Derek F's is good. They give Alyssa more DR time or screen time, I feel like, than they do Tiffany. And Alyssa's doing dick in the house. She's doing nothing. Well, she was doing dick, but now she's doing, other stuff, which is just hanging out. She's just waiting around for someone not to play in a comp so she could play and win it, and borrow someone's dress because she brought like 5 things to wear and thought that would get her through the summer. Alyssa, I have a feeling, is like that friend that you go, this is just me speculating, that you go out to a dinner with and she's like, oh my God, I didn't bring enough money. You guys got it. That's right. Or you add up the tab and you're, everyone's splitting, which is annoying. And you're just like, we're a little short. Did you leave a tip? Yeah, I did. Well, how much did you leave? Did you leave the 23? Because that would be plus tip and plus your drink and stuff. I'm pretty sure, but you didn't. You left 18. You didn't count in a tip. She's like, okay, but like, I'm hot. You got me, right? I feel like Alyssa came in this house. She's going to borrow everyone's clothes. And yes, and Kai might be a little bit of a stage 5 clinger. Yes, but Sarah Beth seems to like cuddling with him. So that's that. So we did see in this episode a little bit of a push to maybe flip the vote. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I feel like there was so many missed opportunities with Xavier going into solitary confinement, but everyone was so afraid of going against the group, which was basically the cookout, which was basically just going against Xavier, because everyone else was like, all right, I guess we could do it, like at one point or another. And Xavier was like, no. Xavier wants to get back at Derek because Derek is good at comps, and Xavier's like, well, I want to be the final guy good at comps, going down the road. And he doesn't want that kind of competition. Also, DX took out his boy Christian. So it's almost like he's trying to avenge Christian's honor, like Alyssa's trying to avenge Christian's honor. And I'm so bored with that. But yeah, Xavier's power is very strong. Like Nanya said, Xavier's mist is strong. And that is probably even more reason that they should be taking a look at, and that Tiffany's worried, obviously, about Xavier, and Xavier's worried about Tiffany because Xavier's smart. He knows that Tiffany is the one who's sniffing him out. Even Kyland's not fully getting it. Kyland understands to a point that he's probably not going to win sitting next to Xavier. But these cookout guys have all agreed to kind of take out the women, which I don't think is best for the other two guys' games. But David's going to take it for sure. I don't even think he has any intention of winning. I think his delusion is so strong now that he's got the 100. Thanks, America, so many times that you can wipe your butt with those BB bucks that you gave Derek F. Okay, that's the only thing I agree with Sarah Beth on, that America can wipe their butt with the BB bucks because who they gave it to was trash. DF, that was trash. Okay, DX, okay. Brittany, for what? For what? For what? For what? Excuse me? For what was that for? Excuse me? What was that for? So right now, Xavier knows that Tiffany's the only one who kind of sniffs him out. He finds her to be a more emotional player, and he doesn't really like that. And he can manipulate Derek, and he can manipulate Aza. And I think Hannah at this point, maybe that'll change because Hannah is really, really, really smart, but she does look up to him as this big brother thing. And I worry. So you guys, I don't know, but it is such poetic justice to know that Sarah Beth hopefully will be leaving this week. Definitely will hit the block at some point. But if Kyland pulls some BS and gets money, which I don't think he will, or gets DF, which he definitely could, to use his money to mess up Tiffany's HOH, I will never forgive. Okay? Never. Thank you, Emily. BB Casuals are the villains. Yes, all season, all along. There's a TMZ article that came out, I think, today about the BB wall yellers and how there's like 5 security guards now to make sure nobody yells over the wall. We're not yelling over the wall when it's a fun season. We're yelling over the wall when it's a boring ass season. And the committee is just wiping through the house due to pre-gaming. That's what we're yelling over the wall for. We're yelling over the wall like Blabbity Blue's a racist. Get the racist out. That's what people are yelling over the wall for. Now, I've never yelled over the wall, but I don't begrudge some of the people that have yelled over the wall in the past because some of that shit needed to be said because they weren't taking care of, production wasn't taking care of the game the way that they should have. So do you agree Xavier controls? As of now, yes. I think it's a clash between him and Tiffany, but I think at this point, his mist is really strong, and Tiffany has unfortunately gotten into arguments with a few of the people, and so that kind of weakened her power within the group. And yeah, so I would say overall, I mean, he's the most trusted. He's kind of looked at as like the big brother of the group, the dad of the group, the responsible one of the group, which is all fine and dandy randy until you get down to that final 6. And if you really want to win the game, you probably want to definitely be talking on the side about, well, how do we get Xavier baby out? How do we cut him then? And I think, someone like Hannah should see that. But I do think there's been a lot of criticism online about Hannah, but I think Hannah is someone who doesn't necessarily want to win this game. I think her goal is to get someone from the 6 to win, and that's a win for her. And that's where Hannah's at this point. So anyone yelling or getting mad about Hannah, it's like, that's how she's operating at this point. That's the stakes for her. So it's nothing that she's hold on, let me grab the super chat and then we'll talk about it. Thank you, Caroline. Caught alive. Woohoo. We are going to party tonight. So Sanford DX was so happy for Tiff, right? Yes. And also we don't have to, hers is going to be fun to watch. We're not going to have any weird whisperings and weird here, touch this cracker and do this. And then cuddles, but we don't like each other, but we're cuddling, and let's share stories about our lives. Boring. It's going to be strategy. It'll be somewhat emotional. It'll be a good time. Okay. So let's also this narrative that somehow Hannah is responsible for Derek X leaving. If we could drop this, that would be fantastic, because this is the game of Big Brother, and Hannah does have, most people, their goal is to get to the end and to win. Okay. Now, Hannah, I don't necessarily think her goal is to win. I think it really is at this point to get the cookout to the 6, and someone from the cookout winning, like I said, would be a win to Hannah. That's how she feels at this point. Now, people coming online like, oh my God, she told him not to play this and she did that. Hannah's done a lot for DX in this game, and I don't think it was cold-hearted of her to cut him. Maybe strategically, I can see some people's argument that it might have been too soon and she wanted to keep him. But remember, for Hannah, Hannah is playing with a lot of logic, but also a lot of heart, and there are higher stakes on the line for her. And keeping him around that long hurt her more, and I feel like hurt her game more, and their objective of getting the cookout to the 6. Now, as cute as Derek X is, and as adorable and lovely, and when he gave Tiffany a bracelet or something and just was a lovely person, he's still a grown man. And at any point, he could have chosen to play this game and make the decisions on his own. So this all falls on him. This does not fall on Hannah. And so I've seen a lot of Hannah backlash, and I even heard that one of the Big Brother podcasters and streamers were saying that she's the Beth. Did I hear this correctly? The Beth of BBCan 9. Did we watch BBCan 9? Did we watch that? Do we watch that? Because, yeah, I feel like Hannah's true alliance wasn't necessarily DX. It took DX a while to trust and warm up to Hannah and take her strategy and her gameplay as like good gameplay. I think it's always been to the cookout. They had a fun, cute relationship, and her and Claire and Derek X have these really cute moments. But, I mean, overall, her goal was to get the 6 to the 6, the cookout to the 6. So, oh yeah, I forgot you're rooting for Hannah Joleen to get to the end. Okay. Yeah, if Hannah's still around, we'll see. It's all over Twitter and has been remixed. You guys are saying, Beths are so cursed. I will say it was Taryn. Yeah, apparently Taryn said that. I didn't hear it, but I saw it on Twitter and I was like, was he sleepy that day? Was he sleepy? Was he sleepy? I think sometimes if you watch, sometimes I feel like he's staying up real late. He's constantly plugged in. And the takes aren't always there. They just can't be for somebody. And we're all going to feel differently about stuff. But I thought this was way off. As much as we wanted Hannah and DX, some people wanted that to be a thing. They weren't necessarily a thing. They were cute and they were friends. I always said there was more chemistry with Claire and DX than there ever was with Hannah and DX. Hannah and DX are cute, almost like brother, sister. Maybe they'll date outside the house. He did tell Julie Chen, expect the unexpected. But it's not Hannah's job. Hannah didn't do what a Beth did. Beth fetishized both Ty and I forgot, now I'm so out of BBCan 9, but the one man she had the showmance with, and then Ty, who she had the showmance with, who went on to win this season of BBCan 9, she had with first and then moved on. And she was problematic, and her words were problematic, and everything about her was problematic. And I don't really feel like there's a lot problematic about Hannah. I think that if we understand that Hannah's goal is to get the cookout to the 6, that's what it is. She's not at all like a Beth. Not at all. She actually is looking out for more people than just herself, which there's nothing wrong with looking out for yourself in this game, but Hannah's not doing that. She's looking out for 6 other people. So it was crazy. Man, maybe it was small. I don't know. He did move to California. It's legal. It's legal here. It is legal here. Maybe he was like, because I got high, I compared Hannah to Beth from BBCan 9 because I got high. I am going to double down on it now because I'm still high. And now I'm answering to BB Twitter, and I know why. Hey, because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. So, yeah. But, that's the great thing about having so many channels that cover Big Brother is you get different perspectives. But I would have never made that comparison. I do see the Sarah Beth Franzel and the Nicole Franzel comparison, but I don't see the Beth from BB Can 9 comparing her to Hannah's game. Hannah didn't owe DX anything. The strategy was to have a side piece. You have a side piece, you have the cookout, the 6, and you have a side piece as long as you have a side piece. And then and then they're done. And she did not feel comfortable taking him out. Some people say she should have. It'd been better for her game. I don't know if I agree with that. And I don't know if she could have done it. So maybe she really thought, I can't do this, so I need someone else to take him out. Maybe it was clouding her vision. Maybe her little crush was growing and she wanted to have her brain in it. But I think a lot of times women are held to the standard, like we're supposed to protect this dude. He's a full ass man, older than her. She's 21 years old. She's just out of her teens. So God love Derek X, but it's not Hannah's job. And she doesn't owe him anything. They're not betrothed to each other. Like, they're not married. They're fine. She's fine. I just hate that when we put these different standards on women than we do men. And I feel like that's what happened with Hannah. Yes. Okay. Yay. Yeah, there's some bad reads coming out this season. I've seen that, but I've seen that in past seasons too. So it's not always my reads. There are some good ones, but then I remember no. But then I also remember I look at the game much more from an emotional standpoint because I do connect to the players on an emotional level. I do want a player that I can root for. I do enjoy that aspect of the game. I do get into their conversations, not just about strategy, but their lives. I look at it from a comedic standpoint as well. So I'm looking at it differently. So how they look at things might also be how they look at life. It might not, and that might be what they just appreciate about it, which is this strategy. But their strategy isn't necessarily the strategy. The end all be all strategy of Big Brother doesn't fall on Taryn from Rob as a podcast. That's why I said if we ever did, everyone says, oh, you should do the BB live streamers, podcasters. You should do, they should do a season of Big Brother. I'd get rid of Taryn so quick. First of all, I don't want his little head running around thinking about all kinds of stuff. He's definitely not going to play with a bunch of women. So these are just my speculations of what I think his game would be. So I would be like, you got to go, Taryn. You got to go. So that would be me. I'd always say I would get rid of him first. Who they want to win. Robyn judges the game on who they want to win. The best strategy is always what's best for Taryn's faves. Yeah, I think they kind of act sometimes like his word is the word of BB God, but there are lots of channels with lots of different perspectives, and that's the joy of it, So I don't think I don't. And I don't think he's a misogynist. I don't think anything negative about that he thinks about women. I just see him playing with dudes. Maybe one woman. That's just the vibe I get after all these years. It's the vibe I get. It's my vibes. Thank you. Jed. Jed was the other player in BB Can 9. Yeah. So no shade, but I definitely unless maybe you know what, I could see him playing with Sarah from Nerdtainment. That's probably the only girl in the BB community I could see him playing with, and they would both be those strategic brain type players, like nonstop strategy 24/7. I can see that happening. And she did say she had a secret crush on him, a secret BB crush on him. So there you go. Have we discussed Julie tonight? Well, I did like Julie's hello there. Your comment is killing me. Okay. Have we discussed Julie tonight? Her outfit was killer. She was a little flustered, obviously. These live episodes are really killing old Julie Chen, where, Julie, you've been in the business a long time. I've been at live tapings before, but I feel like things are just throwing her off left and right. And when at the end, she had some kind of, what was it? I was grabbing screenshots because I was like, what is Miss Chen? What is Mrs. Chen doing? Because you guys know I only know Mrs. Chen. I don't know that Moonves lady. I've never heard of her. Okay, I got to get rid of this one first. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's move this over here. And okay. So our beloved Chenbot was, I think she, much like, the people sometimes call Taryn a robot. I think Chenbot, something malfunctioned in her. It's good for his game regardless of gender. That could be. I'm just saying that what I perceive. Yeah, Sarah got to finals for OTT. She was like about to be on the show. And then they were like, oh, what about Alex and Morgan twist? Wouldn't that be fun? And we were like, no, Sarah would be better. She would have been great at it. So people are saying Julie was hot for DX's funeral. Yes. And at the end, she's like, yeah. And then she was like, be humble. Oh. And I don't remember what she was saying at this moment, but yeah, without a live audience, I think she kind of does thrive off that energy. And I can understand that. But I'm trying to think of all her previous jobs. I mean, The Talk, Big Brother, years had, live audiences. And before that, she was in a newsroom that didn't have live audiences, but she's been doing it for so long. She's been a little off the last few weeks. Yeah. She's trying to remember what like biblical thing she's going to teach us at the end of every episode, I think. So she kind of gets thrown off. But and also, I mean, let's be honest, ever since she picked up that extra last name, things have not been the same. They have not been the same. From outside of the Big Brother house with Brent, I'm Julie Chen, other last name. And we were like, his name is Brett, your name is Julie Chen. Do you know where you are? It just hasn't been the same. And then she said, I don't think you like me calling you Baby D, but I didn't pick up on that. I don't think he didn't like it. I think he was just surprised. He's shell-shocked. He just came out of the house after 40 some days. And he's like, oh, that's a thing? Like, you have to remember, DX isn't a super fan. He doesn't understand really how this game works. He was really helped a lot by Hannah and Tiffany and the women of this house and he picked up on things pretty quickly because he allowed himself to be a sponge, and he allowed himself to learn from these really strong, intelligent women and didn't have an ego about it. Like, I believe some of the other, if you tried to tell a Brent this season that, or a French Dressing or a Derek F that, yeah, right. They would always think they knew more even when they didn't. But the great thing about DX is he's like a beautiful soul. And so he, he was just like, oh, these women are smart and I'm going to, listen to them. So I don't think that he was offended. I think he was just surprised, like, what happens now? Like, people watch, they saw that. Like, a lot of these people go into the house, and we heard Christian talking about it, we heard Alyssa talking about it. They don't even know how the live feeds work. We've seen this season after season. So many of these players have no idea how the live feeds work. They're like, can they see me now? Or like, we can see you always. Last night, Kai, after he cuddled with Sarah Beth for a grip, went to the potty and ripped booty. Just to pee, but he had two of the biggest toots I've ever heard in my life. Another reason I could not be on Big Brother, because I would, the average person farts like 17 times a day, and it's healthy, allegedly, for your colon to have loud farts, like louder. The silent but deadlies, not that healthy for you. That means your diet might not be great. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he just let her go, and it was like, it was. I'm like, now I know why Kai stays up so late, so that he can rip ass. I think that's the reason. And you're not going to hear that on any other of the updaters channels. Only I will tell you about the house guest ripping ass and at what time. And it was after 4 a.m. And he let her rip. And then he went back out to talk to the oven. I don't know what Ty was doing. You guys, there was a lot of him sitting in front of the oven at 4 a.m. and him putting a timer or starting it. Maybe he was using that as some kind of, as he was trying to memorize all the Jiffies or whatever, all the Jiffy Lubes that they had to remember. Maybe that is why he was doing it. But he literally was talking to the oven, and then he went back to the bathroom to further the fartations, but that's what's happening. So, I mean, so when Derek X leaves the house, he's like, oh my God, okay, I can't hug you. It's still a panakuchen. I'm shell shocked. I've been in there for this many days. I don't know a lot about the show. I was recruited. What I know is from Tiffany. Tiffany's not with me. Baby D is a thing. You guys heard that? And Julie was like, I guess you don't like that. She was kind of a little bit of attitude about that. I'm like, okay, Julie Chen. Okay. Joleen, I'm the same. I'd run out of water bottles to crush. You guys remember that story? I love it. Watching live feeds is like watching your Sims family. It really is. Only my Sims family never farts. They never fart. Although it was nice of him to leave the room before letting one for old glory. It was really nice of him. What a gentlemanly thing to do. They were cuddling. I'm sure his tummy was like, and then he ran downstairs and was like, fartation station. And there you go. So, oh my God, Brandon Knowles, you're such a troll. It's like so ridiculous. Every time Brandon Knowles comes here, Beyonce's brother, it's like Beyonce's stepbrother twice removed, hoping to see two strong, beautiful white queens in the final two. It's like, dude, you're trying it so hard. You people out there that are just trying it so hard. I know there's other YouTubers that think they're slick and they're like, Joleen should blah, blah, blah. And it's like, just mind your business, drive your car. I don't have time for these shenanigans, okay? I'm trying to make this shit fun and funny. All right. I don't have time for this. Production, please play. Yeah. Kyland, please come to the diary room downstairs. We have gas X. We have gas X. Okay. Yes. The little fartlets from BB20. My husband says, Joleen and I don't have that cuddle courtesy. No, we just like, you got to let her rip. We got to the point in our marriage now where I laugh. I'll be like, did you just toot? And he'll go, yeah. And I'll go, ah. Caroline says my Sims puked everywhere. Something's on fire. Oh my God. Why is that so funny to me? That is so funny, Caroline. My Sims puked everywhere and set things on fire, ultimately killing themselves. My Sims, I had a thing with the Sims where remember when you could build a pool and then you take the ladder out and then they would die. Or when the house would catch on fire in The Sims and they would just run into it, they didn't know what to do and they would die. So Julie has been in it since her husband was fired. Yeah, it's been a problem, Angela. Shout out to Angela. He must be from BB Facebook. I think so. And they send these people over here, these other channels, as they're dropping subs like so quickly. Send people over here to be like, Jolene's a fake bitch ally. It's like, okay, cool, bro, smoke your weed. I don't got time. Drive your car. I have no time for this. I'm so sick. For some reason, I trigger men in this Big Brother world. These Big Brother updaters, some of these men are weak. They are weak. And it's like, people can have other opinions. You guys have other opinions and I'm cool with it. It's fine. The only thing I wasn't cool with is our beloved Taryn comparing the Beth thing. And I was like, Taryn, you need to get a napper. But other than that, like, just be quiet. Oh my gosh. You're so ridiculous. All right. Caroline Sims. That's freaking hilarious. I wish they would show those kind of clips. I wish they would. Caroline is going to tell us all how to kill our Sims. Okay, so if you're really evil, which, hello, yes, also Evil is coming back to Paramount Plus this Sunday. The rest of the season, the break is over. If you're really evil, you would build a room and then remove the door. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to try it. Yeah. Don't go on the Facebook Big Brother things. Like Miranda does it occasionally, and poor Miranda, she's fighting the good fight, and they're just so clouded by the edit. They're so, like Tiffany's evil and she's a B and she's this, and man, Derek F, he's really playing that game and she's intimidated. And you're like, what show are you watching, sir? What is happening, sir or ma'am? That is crazy. Facebook alternate dimension. It really is. It's the upside down. Emily says, I think Julie's comments to Tiffany about her HOH were setting her up for conflict within the cookout men. What did she say again, Emily? Ooh. They start cursing you, the Sims do? That's amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, the casuals have no clue. But they're real opinionated, real opinionated. I used to go on BB Facebook just to share my videos back in the day. I was that dickhead because I'm like, I don't know, I got to get somebody to watch this. I want fans out there to watch. And some of those people that run those groups, like I always say, there's this one old guy, so boring, very boring man, very boring to watch. And he runs that very strictly. And I think him or another old one of the old ones, DM me. They're like, quit posting your videos. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make the world a better place, the BB world, trying to bring some laughter to your boringness. Was that Xavier's wig? No, I believe that was Aza's wig, because that was something that he pulled out a while back. And everyone was like, oh my God, Aza has a wig. And it's like, no, that's Aza's hair. And then in addition to it, she has a wig that's similar to her hair. Let's say she's not feeling her hair, or she's got alternate. Like we ladies, we like to have options, if you will. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so Tiffany Joseph's giving us updates. Finished her one-on-ones, and Daybed is so paranoid about getting nominated. Ugh. Bro, you're a pawn. You're a pawn. They're gonna carry, pull, drag you in the daybed all the way to the end. Okay. Yay, Stephanie. I'm glad I can. BB is a strange show. It makes people really mad. I've seen people talking about this show and like, F this and F that and F you and F me and F it all. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, slow your roll, bro. Yes, can we talk about the women? Looked fantastic. The greens tonight were killer. And it was very like generational looks, you know what I mean? For just like I don't know, just like I feel like it embodied different I don't want to, well, I guess different generations, Tiffany being around my age, and, she very much pulled together that look so beautifully. And then you had much like younger, more youthful with tennis shoes and the little shorts. You had that with Hannah. And then Aza is just America's Next Top Model every episode. So who's Anaheim, Felicia? Oh, yeah, Aza. Yeah, Aza. Like, that's her hair, but she has a wig in addition that is just similar to her hair. So the Cookout women look fabulous. And Sarah Beth Franzel looked frazzled. And Alyssa was wearing Aza's dress, Aza's purple dress that she was annoying us all on the feeds this afternoon as we're seeing their last-ditch effort to kind of save DX. And then she's, like, wiping makeup. Aza got her makeup on now. What are you guys doing? I don't know, just having an interesting conversation. You are now ruining Alyssa. Brandon coming back in. Hannah was fire. Brandon Knowles, third cousin to Beyonce Knowles, says fire. Aza is stunning. Aza is a supermodel. Yeah, the fashion game is on point. The final three wearing green. Well, let's hope. After Tiffany's HOH, we saw Claire, we saw Aza, we saw Hannah, and we saw Tiffany in the storage celebrating. And I'm just thinking, let's protect these women at all costs. And it was like, I wish that could be all of them. My fear for the Cookout women that they're just going to get wiped out once we get down to the 6. That's my only fear at this point. So we'll see. Yes, Amy, Sarah Beth looked horrified. Yes. Hannah understood the assignment and came to slay tonight. Yes. I love when Twitter erupted when DF was up a while back. I kept seeing alerts. DF is upright. The dude loves to lay down. He loves a good lay down. He really does. Fourth cousin fool, apologies. I thought you were a little better. Turns out you're not. You're lower than I thought. Always go with assumed higherness than lowerness. That's like going, oh, I heard you make 30 an hour. No, I make 20. Oh, okay. Cool. Can you hook us up with some Ivy Park? No, because he's fourth cousin. So it's like, that's not even a cousin anymore. That's like some guy you might see at a funeral once. And you'll go, who's that? That's Brandon, fourth cousin removed. No one talks to him. So that's what happens there. Let's see. SB and Tiff are talking right now. Dawn, thanks for keeping us updated on the feeds. I'm still at the 6:55 p.m. Pacific timestamp. I'm going to go back where it's Tiffany and Kyland in the coral bedroom talking, and I'm going to start from there when I get off. Could someone tell me where Hannah nickname came from? It's what her friends call her, and I believe someone said it was her last name. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't remember. But Chada. I know that brought a tear to my eye too. Like, I love seeing these women, and the fact that we have so many women going in to jury, and we're just like, you know, with Tiffany's HOH, we're just like breaking BB records. Like, it's great to see. It's great to break up the monotony of what has always been with this show. That's fantastic. We're seeing different representation in different people, and it's really freaking cool. It's really cool. Stephanie says whenever DF gets up or has to switch rooms, it's like his big plans for the day as he sighs. Yeah, he's like, and then he gets there and he's out of breath because he smokes. He smokes too much. Like, just smoking. I don't know if he's smoking right now because he ran out of cigarettes a while ago, but it's too much smoking. Welcome my mom to the chat. Nana's here. Nana says, can I send Dorit over to Big Brother? She's no longer needed on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. So Nana doesn't watch Big Brother, but she does watch Beverly Hills. And yes, I think Dorit would have been one of our first boots this season, Nana. She would have been along the Whitney lines, I would say. And yeah, so, but we don't want to watch her on Big Brother. But Celebrity Big Brother, if she goes immediately. Yes, Nana in the chat. Did I see nude pictures of Xavier? No. I know that Busy is always looking for his outline, I think he calls it, or he has a name for it. And I think it's the outline of his ween. But I am not. And I didn't even know there were nude pictures. Is there like onlylawyers.com where like all the hottest lawyers go and they just show their wieners? I don't even know if I would want to see Xavier naked. I mean, I think he's so attractive and so handsome, but unless he was like, oh, also on the side, I'm a nude model. If you could support my OnlyFans, maybe I would support his OnlyFans, I guess. I've never supported an OnlyFans. But yes, the VPL. Is it his visible panty line? His visible penis line. That's cute. That's really cute. People are saying hi to Nana. You guys are such sweeties. Oh, we should have a couples BB again with Joleen and Nana. Oh my gosh, going into the Big Brother house, that I want to go on the circle with my mom. I think that would be so fun. And I'm trying to think how we would, I think, would we we would technically be a catfish, and maybe I'll help her be like youthful and young, but she can yet be her age. Or maybe we can just catfish as a really hot chick. I think that'd be kind of funny. Me and Nana catfishing as a hot chick on the circle, like model. That would be fun. Or like a hot guy. That could be interesting. So I'm going to have to, the circle's on Netflix. You can watch it, Nana. It's amazing. I think we would be really funny trying to figure out how to navigate in this world as hotties. Not that we're not gorgeous, but I'm talking like a model. Yeah, it's a social game show, Nana, and you stay in a little apartment together, and you basically only interact online with the other contestants, and you try to move up the rankings of this social media, of this what am I trying to say, of this like friend group of this community. And you do it through your interactions, like your DMs, your group chats and texts. It'd be hilarious because Nana's always like, is this an email or a text? Is this a group chat or a one chat? It's a one chatter. So it would definitely be very funny. We wouldn't win, but we would be entertaining, you know. So yes. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll have to submit us. That would be really funny, actually. Nana, you'd love the circle. We'd get to stay in our own apartment. And, you know, you can cook for me like you like to do. I don't even know if she likes to do that anymore, but she knows that I'm an awful cook. So where you can be yourself or you can catfish, and you try to be the most popular person, but you never meet until the end. Is it The Circle on YouTube or Netflix or something? It's on Netflix. Yay, got picked up for 2 more seasons. I always say if Michelle gets tired of hosting The Circle because she's a big movie star now and she's so talented and she has a book out, I'm willing to take her place. That would be a dream job to host The Circle. You get to be like funny and write shit and it'd be really fun. Nana, we can do our own laundry on The Circle, I think. Actually, I don't know. We get rooftop time. They have a hot tub, but we would be hilarious. Us two together would be hilarious. Oh, the cat. Oh my God, the cast reveals tomorrow. I didn't even know that. I do want to work on The Circle. I think it's just such a fun show. I think it's going to last for a while. Yes, there's an American Circle. There's a UK Circle. There's lots of circles. Nunya says, I don't know why, but I'm shy when Nana's in the chat. Maybe you're starstruck. And Nana can talk about her bush. Yes, that would give her popularity. We can talk about, Nana can bring, you can bring, because you get to bring like a comfort item. Nana would bring her giant bush. And we'd be like, Nana, how's your giant bush today? And I would probably bring my pillow back there, if you can see it, of Tilly. It's like in the shape of Tilly. So, or Nana can go in as me. But I want to be there to help her. I want to go in together. So there you go, you guys. Well, I think that's all I have for tonight. We have Tiffany being the HOH, which is really exciting because we don't have to deal with any more weird cuddle, whisper, creepiness. Sarah Beth Franzel might be going home this week. The cookout, it looks like they're still set to, go forward strongly this week with one of them winning. The only tie-up I could see with Tiffany's HOH is this high roller, the last twist with the BB Bucks that possibly David Derek could ruin, because David Derek can ruin a good time. Okay, he can ruin a really good time. So I wouldn't put it past Kyland. I know the cookout has been saying, and Kyland's been saying, yes, Sarah Beth must be the next one to go. But I do not believe this man is ready to give up the love of his life. He is hoping, praying, pleading. Like, is Shelly real? Are you telling me everything? Are these real pictures? Is that Photoshop? Is that okay? Cool. Yeah, and of course you're in love. But does she really love you if she let you go on the show? Because if you were mine, I wouldn't be away from you that long, but that must be nice to be in love. But I can play the long game. Okay. Like he said, what did he say again, you guys? It was so crazy. He said, I'm very good at satiating in small amounts. So when it comes to you, Sarah Beth, we can satiate in small amounts very slowly, a slow satiation. And, Sarah Beth apparently likes pain, and she wants to be bitten by a snake, which is really nice. And she will be, Kyland, very soon. And yeah, so there you go. There you go, you guys. Thank you so much. Please check out my Sarah Beth impression video. It should be up right now. Please comment on it. If you could share it on social media, especially Twitter, Instagram, wherever, Facebook, even share it in those Facebook groups and really piss them off. That would be fantastic. I try to keep up on them, but sometimes they don't get a lot of love, and it's a lot of editing to do those little videos, and it's so much easier to go live, I'll be honest with you. So sometimes I'll just go live instead of doing impression videos. But if you want more, make sure you share it, because it helps me. Christian, thank you tonight. So generous. Kyland's obsession with Sarah Beth is a lifetime movie waiting to happen. Run, girl, run. It is, but also I think she likes it a little bit, because she hops right in wherever he's at. I tweeted the other day, I'm like, does she not know she can sit without cuddling Kyland? She definitely can. So please share the impression video. Show it lots of love. I appreciate you guys. Yes, tomorrow night I will be joined by Josh and hopefully Alex too from Couch Potato Queens. We'll be doing a late night live. I'll also be going live before that with my mom, aka Nana, who's in the chat, and we'll be talking Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you are into the sort of thing, I will try my best to submit. I submitted last year to the Circle, but my video was horrible. It was right when I was learning new eyeshadow palettes, but I wasn't blending, so it was just like green, and then I wore a green jacket and I sat outside, and I was like I think they thought I was very creepy. So Hippie Girl says Tiffany's already talking too much, and that's one of the reasons we love her. It's gonna be a fun week, you guys. It's gonna be a fun week. Thank you, Ashley, and thank you for always thanking me for the content. It means a bunch. You guys are all wonderful, beautiful. I hope you're having a great week, no matter who you're rooting for in Big Brother this week. I hope it works out for you. Protect your energy, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Bye.
If you like what you